Okay, moving on from there. Uh, Matt, Dave with an exclamation mark. Before we get into it, progress reports. Where are you at with the strange death of Alex Raymond? What's the latest page you completed? And what page are you working on currently? I just finished page 674 yesterday. Yes, that was yesterday. And it was interesting. This is the last of the lengthy interruption of the narrative after Margaret Mitchell dies, which is basically concerned with, okay, here's what I can say. This is what Ward Green was facing once he realized that Margaret Mitchell was dead. Starting August 12th, 1949, or August 16th, 1949, and I had 2 pages to go. Yeah, 2 pages to go, where I was tying in Harvey Comics Hits, which was where King Feature Syndicate went after they lost their deal with David McKay Publishing. Coincidentally, probably not coincidentally, early in 1949, and they needed to find another publisher who would do comic strip reprints of King Features material. And it was one of those, okay, 2 more pages and I'm done. And then, okay, now I'm downloading the covers of Harvey Comics Hits 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, and checking and cross-referencing all of the material that I've got in the off White House, from the Overstreet Price Guide on out. Great American Comic Books, the hardcover had some material, and the closer I got to actually doing it, and when I actually finished the final 3 covers of the last comic books, Ace, Magic, and King Comics were the 3 titles that David McKay published of King Features newspaper strip reprints. I went, oh, open your eyes, Dave. Look at what is actually here. And it's like, okay, now I've got to do more research to figure out, okay, am I seeing here what I think I'm seeing here? And as usually happens with Strange Death of Alex Raymond, yes, I am seeing here what I think I'm seeing here. And this just added probably another 6 pages or 7 pages. But my really boffo ending on prelude as interlude, interlude as prelude, just got a lot more boffo. So I can't complain about that. That's where I am with Strange Death of Alex Raymond. How many more pages do you envision before you're done? Not really at the point of calculating that. Once I do have prelude as interlude, interlude as prelude done, then I'm going to sit down and go, okay, how many stories are there, Rip Kirby storylines, that pick up with Peril in the Snow, which is the first one that he had been writing in its entirety after the death of Margaret Mitchell. How many storylines are there? And filling up the wall with each storyline, let's calculate it at 16 pages each storyline, multiplied by the number of stories up to the point where Ward Green quit writing Rip Kirby, which is 1952. um, around the same time that Heart of Juliet Jones was being developed. And at that point, I will be able to say, okay, those number of pages in there, roughly approximated, is going to be this length. And then I can start looking at the Glamour Puss pages that I'm going to be using and going, okay, how many of these are usable? Where do they go? In what sequence? Looking at all the research that Eddie Kana did, all of the commentaries that I wrote in the correspondence boxes devoted to each storyline, and going, okay, AAA material, the absolute jaw-dropping stuff, that's all that I got room for. That never works, as you can see. But it's always a good ambition. And then at that point, I can start saying, okay, all of the storylines, all of the research materials that are on the big desk in the working office, next to the rectangle office, and all of the narratives that go into that. How many pages does that look like? So I would say the earliest that I could ballpark that for you would be after I get the end of Prelude as Interlude done, and that's going to be at least 6 weeks. So 6 weeks from now, let's say possibly around Halloween, unless the whole thing starts mushrooming on me again. And where are you at with Ninja High School crossover? I just finished page 41 today, which is Ben Dunn's page 33. So that gives you an idea of the amount of fleshing out that I've done over our story thus far. That page 33 is actually page 41, which is actually page 43 because there's a page 17A and a page 18A, which I won't even try to explain why that happened, but everything has to be renumbered when I'm done. So anyway, there's 43 completed pages, sequential pages, starts here, goes to page 43. If you had them in front of you, you could just read right through to that point. Then I just added up the number of pages that I've got left from Ben, which are penciled, some of them with pencils and inks, some with partial inks, some are pretty close to just layouts, but it's all there. That's another 14 pages. So talking about 57 pages minimum, I'm guessing maybe another 11 or 12 pages. Again, it's the best laid plans of mice and men, fait often guia glay. But those are the best laid plans of this particular mouse.